Hello everyone, happy Halloween. Today I'm going to demonstrate how to tie my Halloween bugger. To start, you're going to need a streamer hook. This is a size 4 streamer hook with an orange bead, and the tail will include some Marabou and some crystal flash, and the body will be a combination of a black chenille, orange chenille, and black hackle. And then it will be finished off with a hen saddle hackle from 4B Whiting's chicken. All right, to get started, it doesn't really matter too much what color your thread is. This is just going to be a brown thread. Start at the by the eye of the hook and then work your way back to the back of the hook. And let me switch this so you can see the fly. So we're going to take some Marabou and we're going to prepare it. So this has 2 plumes, and we just want we're going to just clip off the tip of 2 of the plumes. And then we're going to measure this. I don't like my tail too long, so it's going to be a little bit shorter than the length of the hook. Measure that and then switch it to your left hand and then pinch it, and then you're going to tie that in. And I always do 2 wraps and I take a look and see how the length of it and if it looks good. If it doesn't look good, you can always undo those 2 wraps. But I'm going to go ahead and tie the rest of that down to the shank of the hook. So this will create a nice even body. Now for the crystal flash, I'm using a fire orange crystal flash, but any color that you prefer would work. I'm only taking like 5 strands. And then I'm cutting the whole width, and then I'm going to just measure about the length of the tail, and then switch it to my left hand and tie it in on the far side of the hook. And then just tie that forward. And then what we're going to do is just take that and then tie it down on the other side of the hook, so we have strands for both sides of the tail, and then cut that off. And so as you can see, it sort of goes on both sides of the tail. Now, for the hackle, you just want to use a saddle hackle that has a little bit of length, since this is a little bit bigger hook. And if it's a little webby, that's fine. It will just add to the bugginess of the fly. So I think I found a good one here. And then we're going to tie it in from the tip. And we're going to tie it in. I'm just going to clip it right here. Hopefully that refocuses. And then tie it in. There we go. Tie it in on the near side. Then I'm going to take some chenille. This is just on a card. And take about 6 inches, maybe a little bit more. This is a micro chenille, or it's actually a vernille it is called, but it's very similar to chenille. Then we're going to take about the same length of the black. So what we're doing here is we're making our own variegated chenille body. So now we have two lengths about the same size, and we're going to tie those on the side of the hook closest to you. Now this technique works really well with Norvise, but if you don't have a Norvise, you can use like Hackle pliers and just do the spinning. So what I'm doing here is I put the hackle in between the two chenilles, and then I'm also going to take the thread. Oh, I forgot. I usually find it easiest to do a quick half hitch or whip finish with that. So when we do the spinning, and then the thread will also be included in this. Now, by doing it this way, this creates a very durable body. So the hackle and the chenille are all combined into one. And so let's take you out here so you can see. So I'm holding it over here, and then I'm going to take the Norvise, and it's just going to do the spinning, and basically it creates a your own body material that has the hackle and the chenille all spun together. And as I wind, I'm going to wind it. I'm going to pull those hackles back with my left hand as I wind it. So to try not to capture those as much. And also they will sort of go back towards the back of the fly, flow backwards. Now you want it all the way up to the bead of the hook. And you're going to take your thread, do a couple wraps in front, and then you can wrap off that rope that you made. And then just clip off that material. I'm going to pull it all back, and I'm going to do a couple more wraps. Then I'm going to tie off this thread because I want to use a 3/0 thread for the head. So this is a Danville 3/0. And you're just going to tie that on. All right, so I'm going to take my Whiting 4B saddle, and this is like a dark brown. Let's switch this a little bit so you can see. So this is a dark brown saddle, and I'm going to take a little bit larger hackle. Like so. And then we are going to strip off all the fuzzy stuff. And so you just have that piece. I find it a little bit easier to work with. Let's take it back to the close-up. And what I like to do is stroke all those back and then cut the tip off. And so then you can see there's a little V. And that provides a nice tie-in point. And just tie that in. And what's nice about this is it folds really well, so we're going to just fold that hackle back. And we are going to wrap that around, and that gives it a nice collar. And then to finish it, you just want to secure that bead So I'm going to do several thread wraps before I tie it off. And that is my Halloween woolly bugger. Thank you for watching.